But Scott, that man. I'm gonna tell you something. Now, you feel that way about RG3. I understand what you're saying, but I'm gonna say this though. You know. Hey, welcome y'all to another edition of the Wild Show. Washington's on the Washington Redskins, and y'all know our cast here, man. You know, like I said, we wouldn't care if the Redskins lost 100-0. You Redskin fans, you understand me? So, but today, man, we're gonna tell like it is because for now I'm wearing black every week until we win. So I'll have on black the rest of the season. And also, I got to give you some black, man. But the models, man, they had no Redskin gear. I'm like, either they sold out or they took it off the shelf. Listen to me, they moved out the way for some stuff that's selling. I ain't know, you're not dating with us. Listen to me. We used to have a grocery store for 36 years. Oh, wow. And if we had something in the store that he didn't like, or if my father didn't like it, you understand me? If he didn't eat it, we ain't sell it. Wow. He was like, look here, if it don't sell, I gotta eat it. Right. And so for a long time, we never had the good stuff. We used to like, I know people come down stores out, they used to want pickled pig feet. Right. My father, pickled pig feet. Wow. I said, what I gotta do? What you talking about? They, well, if I don't sell them, I gotta eat them, and I don't eat those. I said, okay, well, there you go. It makes sense to me, okay? Wow. So they moved that stuff out the way. They said, look here.
We don't wear it.
That's right. Raven stuff is selling.
Wizards.
Yeah.
Oh, Wizard stuff.
Wizard stuff
selling. I can't even find a Wizard's hat. Really? Oh, wow.
I'm saying, what you gotta do. You gotta go to Leeds.
Leeds.
I was in Leeds in New York, man. They dudes like, we ain't never had no Wizards.
Oh yeah, well see.
I'm like, dude, y'all got heat hats, man. That's on the other side of town.
Wow. Exactly.
You got no in between,
Don't worry, because I went to Annapolis. And same thing. Right. Look, but I'm telling you right now, I don't know how they even working in the store. I asked a young lady for
2 girls.
Yep, I said, no. I asked her, I said, young lady, I said, y'all have any wizard hats? She's like, wizards? I said, yeah. She said, I might want no wizard hat. I said, I like everything Washington. I said, I'm from Washington, D.C. I said, I drove down here. I figured y'all might have some here, She said, we ain't got no wizard hat. I said, y'all got the Heats. I said, you got a Mavericks.
Y'all don't like teams that win?
Okay. So watch this. So I said, well, I know who you like. She said, that's right, you know it. I said, don't say it. I said, you're a boy lover. Boy lover? I said, you like Cowboys. Oh, okay, yeah, in that case. I said, well, who's y'all center? Yeah, whatever, you trying to trick me. Ain't no center in no daggone football.
That's a leg.
I said, you know what? Now that make me mad right there. I said, don't tell nobody else that you don't know nothing about football when you say something stupid like that. But anyway, that's kind of fans y'all get. So, but man, so yesterday.
Yep.
Well, first, before we go any further, okay, got the domestic violence. I love the commercials that the NFL has now for domestic violence. Now they hit you with the silence joke. Just ain't saying nothing. It's just facial expression.
You see the joke with Chris Carter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was kind of powerful.
Yeah. I mean, he looked like somebody was messing around and beating him up or something.
Right.
I was like, wait a minute, did he get beat up or something or whatever?
Yeah, Janae Rice.
Yeah.
I know that's not him. I'm sitting there thinking, who the heck you think knocked you out? The ghost of Christmas past?
Let me tell you something.
Was he standing over top of you when you woke up?
First of all, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. Hold that point right there. Okay. Domestic violence. But these are Charlotte Wood is even into it. She got purple domestic violence band with all her information on her website, and then that's the PRFFE, is Pack Rat Foundation for Education. And then I also wear the pink all the time for breast cancer awareness, which both men, believe it, that's right, men, and women need to go get their tests. So, but now our producer was trying to tell us something. What was you trying to tell me about something? Trying to let me know something else that you want to put in the show? Okay, all right, okay. But yeah, man, that's how we get help from all over the place. I know y'all probably think we just is debating by ourselves. You know, we actually got a producer. Okay, so although you may not think we do, we do.
Yeah, read the credits at the end of the show.
That's right. All right, you know, these ain't just no house lights that we got. We got real lights, cameras, and stuff. Action. That's right. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway,
on the field.
Speaking of domestic violence, we'll go there first. I disagree with what she's doing right now, unless that was something they taped before. But it can't be because they're married now.
Right.
You know, so I'm like, you know, I mean, in other words, you know, like I used to never understand. I never understood the saying, "Let sleeping dogs lie." Mm-hmm. Well, my thing is, if you have a situation like that, which is an intense situation, your husband has been reinstated back in the NFL.
Right.
Don't make them feel like, well, wait, because see, you want to play for another team, and he's been reinstated, but I don't have to pick him up.
Right.
Don't no team have to pick him up.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So you've been reinstated. You are allowed to play again, but don't no team have to pick him up. Right. So you mess around and say something to incriminate him further, you know, you'll give other teams, you know, the chance to say, we ain't gonna do it. You know what I mean? You know, so. I disagree with. I haven't seen the interview yet. I just saw her crying and talking about, you know, yeah, you know good way. If you knock somebody out and they don't get up and they're non-responsive, you're thinking the worst, and that's that they did. Mm-hmm. So she said he was really freaked out that she was laying there like that. That's why he did what he did, and she understood that. You know. But my thing is, yeah, if I knock you out and I think that you did, I'm not going to be myself. I ain't going to be like, yeah, now let me go back there and start playing blackjack again.
You look cool to me. He drug out like he was a dick.
Exactly.
well, he said he did that because you know, he was almost like, oh man, is she dead? Because, you know, I guess he probably figured I never knocked nobody out before, you know, and she wasn't responsive, you know, so I guess he probably figured, hey man, we in trouble. Mm-hmm. So, but I'm going to tell you who did get knocked out yesterday. That's the Redskins. You understand? They took the worst whooping this season, right? 49-27. They got beat by 20. Well, yes, it's the tops right now because the first one was 45 points. This was 49.
But at least we scored more.
27.
Well, I'm telling you right now. Listen to me. Okay, let me say it like this. If
see, this time we actually fought back. Last time we just, you know,
that was your fault.
Beating us.
Listen to me. They gotta get. Look, you could take. How much is the touchdown? 7. Okay, 7 with the extra point. You could have took how many touchdowns? Now you good at math, including the extra point. You could have took how many touchdowns away from the other team? How many of them?
From their 49.
Yeah, you could take how many touchdowns away from their score, and they still didn't beat us. 3. Okay, that's how many touchdowns we scored. We scored 3 touchdowns. You could take 3 away from them, and they still beat us. So that's what I'm trying to say. We got the worst whooping. I don't care how many points we scored. They could take away. They beat it by 22 points. You could take 21 away, and they still didn't beat us by a point.
So we playing spades in it.
Yeah, they gave 3 books. So, but anyway, we're gonna have a lot from Mika with her football 101. We're gonna have a lot from Scott from the Wild Corner, and then I may say something about the rookies. For a tough shorty who was absent today. But anyway, hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. I know y'all did.
Oh yeah.
Because I think Mika and Scott were together for a while on Thanksgiving also. And then we also were together at St. Martin's along with Charles Kane, who is our producer. Giving away.
Man, let me tell you something. That turkey was good as a mug.
Yeah.
It almost was the straight dog out. I almost knocked on the door the next day. Like, mommy, can we have some more?
So y'all stay tuned, and we gonna go to Scott in the Wild Corner.
I'm Scott Dickens, and this is the Wild Corner. Well, Have you ever had a situation where you told somebody something once and they didn't do it? So you tell them the second time because maybe you think you didn't understand. And then the second time they didn't do it. So now you start questioning, is this person right or what? Then you do it a third time and they don't do it. At that point, you have to learn something. It ain't that the person ain't even understanding. This person has set themselves to do what they wanted to do. And that term in sports is called being uncoachable. Now, listen to this. I follow the Redskins closely. I read the Washington Post article, first week of training camp, and Jay Bruger said RG3 likes to hold on to the ball longer than he should to extend the play because he's looking for the deeper route to open up when he got the more shallow route right in front of him. So he told him, just take the check down, take the shallow route. As long as you do that, we'll never be in third and long. Now, he was teaching them this week 1 in August. Now, this week 12, and you played against the San Francisco 49ers, and the NFL Network showed the tape, you see all the men open on the 5-yard routes, and what are you doing? The same foundational stuff he told you not to do back in August. Now I understand why he sat down. Because that's uncoachability right there. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's too many voices in your head. Maybe you contemplate with Terry Sheehan. Maybe it's your dad. Understand this. Your dad is not the coach of the Washington Redskins. He may love you and have your best interests at heart, but it doesn't mean he's the most competent in learning how to excel your career in the NFL. You got to understand it's either my way or the highway with any coach that you're going to win. And if you can't get that, that's the reason why they will label you as uncoachable and they will sit you down. And I don't think it's by coincidence a quarterback got in with less talent, not even having a stronger arm as you, but he managed to find 9 different receivers open for 394 yards and 3 touchdowns. Why he can do it with less talent? Somebody not listening to somebody, and those are something that makes you go, wow. And I think that RG3 is uncoachable. So now you know what uncoachability means, and I'm Scott Dickens, and that was the wow.
Wow. Hands up. Okay, that's right. Hey, man, that's right. Hands up. Hands up. I'm going to tell you something, though. I'm serious about the hands up, Ferguson, but I also say hands up. Hey, people. Don't embarrass the the Brown family in Ferguson with running the stores and stealing tires and tennis shoes. What that got to do with Brown's murder? Okay?
Nothing.
Okay? That had nothing to do. I was so disappointed, man, when I saw people running out stores with new tennis shoes and 6-packs. What that got to do with them killing that boy? Okay?
Get registered to vote.
There you go. Come on, man.
Burning down black-owned businesses.
Yeah, man.
Okay?
Really?
You know? You can stand around the courthouse or stand around the police department. You know, that's protesting. That's getting your point across. You know. So, but I'm sorry, man. I'm telling you right now, I couldn't roll with taking the stuff that don't have nothing to do with that. That's for sure, man. Come on, man.
I'm shot Mike Brown, so I'm gonna get drunk.
Yeah, right. Come on, man. All right. That's crazy, man. But Scott, that man. I'm gonna tell you something. Now, you feel that way about RG3. I understand what you're saying, but I'm gonna say this though. You know, it's other factors in that. You know what I mean? And I say his dad and mom has something to do with it. But I'm telling you right now, again, you have the utmost respect for your parents. See, I'm gonna tell you like this. You know. At one time, we all went to the same church, right? And before that, but before that, Darryl and I grew up in St. Martin's Parish.
Right.
Our parents gave us a foundation before we went to any other church. Right. We had a foundation in our house. We had rules in our house, and out of the respect of our Father, we tried to do what He asked us to do. Right. To the point where none of us had ever been arrested.
Exactly.
Now, I ain't gonna say we ain't never did nothing we should have been arrested for.
Right.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you that, but I ain't never professed to be no angel. But my thing is, though, I don't think I've ever deserved to go to jail. But the point is, we listened to our Father, which was very inspirational in our life.
Right.
I've had some friends who do some stuff that I've been like, man, you got all that from just doing that? Man. And then the other side of it, I saw my father, like, oh, go ahead and do that.
But just because your father means well and his intentions is to give you the best information, don't make it the best information.
Right. So in other words, what we talking about, back off of what he talked about with RG3, that being coachable. And I say he still got to be, his father was with him before he got to the NFL.
Right.
Okay. Now his father is, I guess, one of the reasons why he's able to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I don't know what financial support it was or what, but because of training, you know, but I mean, but most, I would say 75 to 80% of great athletes have good parents behind them too. Okay, now I ain't say 100, because there's another exceptional percentage of athletes that are just determined. That's right. So I don't want to hear my father grew up in my household, or I was only raised by my mother, or whatever. If you can do whatever you want to do, I know that already. And none of us was ever a kind of person like you couldn't make us do something, right? Because I told my kids that don't tell me somebody made you, because I'm gonna spank you for both of them.
Right.
Okay? All right. So if y'all part of domestic violence, then I was spanking my kids and getting them straight for it. And I think I only had to spank Mika maybe I only remember once, but I might have do it twice. But then all I had to do was give it a look. But my thing is, no way in the world that I would say that the ghetto could produce a millionaire, because it has done that
over and over again.
Okay, you know what I mean. But again, we gonna because this is a touchy situation for me. You can see. So we gonna come back after we do Mika's football 101.
I'm Mika, and this is Football 101. So, earlier in the show, you saw, going back and forth. My little 2 cents on the situation is, as a child, my job is to realize when I have to apply what I have been instilled in me growing up. So, for instance, RG3's parents both have military backgrounds. We all know, for those out you who serve, thank you for your service, but you know that you are taught to what? Be on time, dress to the nines, and make sure that you have that respect for authority. Now, in respect for authority, what I mean is RG3's parents have had their time to coach, teach, instill whatever you want to apply in that area to their son's career. Now it is his turn to take what he's been taught and apply it to what he's now being taught by his coach. I'm not doubting that he can't be coached, because I believe that right now he's not. But at the same point, what you have to realize is that you can't have two things going back and forth. It's either, all right, thank you, I've heard everything you said, but now it's time for me to fly away, use what I have been taught, and now apply that to what I'm being taught here. So, you taught me to be on time. That means be on time with throwing the ball. You taught me to respect my authority or respect my elders. So now I'm going to respect what Jay and anybody else is trying to teach me. You taught me how to dress. So now that's my time to dress and suit up and be ready to play when it comes time to me being ready to play. Hope you learned something. I'm Mika, and that's Football 101.
Okay, Mick. So that's how you feel about it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Football 101. I mean, everybody is
entitled to their own opinion.
Yep. Opinions are like what?
Some people watch them and some people don't.
Okay. So with that being said, Man, I gotta go back. See, you know, I know some of y'all, like Daryl was saying, you say people are saying we just all about RG.
Yeah, you know.
Well, it ain't. First of all,
Say we put him on a pedestal. I never put him on a pedestal.
Yeah, nah.
He put himself up there.
Right. That's right.
No,
they did.
That's
Because I'm telling you right now, a lot of you all supposed to be professional analysts and longtime fans and whatever else people were talking about him. Couldn't stop talking about how good he was in 2012. So the 2013 season was a wash. He got hurt. Came back probably too early. I don't know, because I can't feel what he can feel. I don't know. I don't know if his leg was really in good shape or whatever. But I'm going to tell you right now, a mind is a strong part of you. And if your mind is not right, you can't do nothing. You understand me? I'm telling you right now. There are people that we have admired from afar as entertainers, you know, whether they be actors or actresses, comedians or ball players, athletes. And then they mess around and get some dope in them, and you don't know them. You know what I mean? You know, I'm not gonna name no people on their downfall, but it's a lot of people that you be like, whoa, and even whoa. So my whole thing is, I think the mind plays a terrific part in what we were talking about as far as you and RG3. So Daryl, you say what about that situation?
Well, I mean, Scott, he brings up a good point. I definitely understand where he's coming from. Listening to his father, that's the first coach he ever had. You know, so his mom, and his father are coaches. So just to say he's uncoachable is, I don't necessarily agree with that, because he's been coached by somebody.
And hold that right there. I'm going to say that in the piggyback on what you're saying, being that your mother, father are your first coaches from when you're little, and then even when you get to be a little leader, and then you get to the point he's at, I gotta trust you. I gotta still at least hear you. Yeah. But now, finish what you're saying.
That's the problem.
Okay.
That's the problem.
But see, what our parents taught us is how to listen to anybody.
Amen.
That's showing you how to do what's right.
Okay.
So that's coaching. We were coached into coaching is teaching. Right. You know, the best coaches are the ones that can show you how to do what they're telling you how to do.
And conditioning.
That's called teaching.
Yeah, and conditioning. You know, they got conditioning for your hair. Because once you wash it, then you put the conditioner in it. The conditioner gets the hair like it should be. And your parents, your coach can be your coach, but your parents is the conditioner. That they get you ready for, because what about when you got a lunatic coach? Right? You can have a good coach, a lunatic coach. You know what I mean? Then you got some coaches like they can only take it to a certain level. And that is who was our coach that coached us for a couple of years, or I think only one season. He had to go right back to playing college. He's on
Steve Spurrier.
Steve Spurrier. Okay, Steve Spurrier. I'm telling you right now, I would want my son to play for Steve Spurrier in college, and then let his hand go so he can go up here and play with these professional coaches, because Steve Spurrier, for whatever reason, wasn't a professional level coach. You know what I mean? But
you're dealing with a different dynamic, because you're talking about people being paid versus just playing for the love of the game.
So now, since we I ain't gonna say so far off track, but I'm gonna say this: let's just keep it going with the coaching and make that part of what is going on with the team itself. Because what you gonna say?
This is what I want to say. It's surprising that I feel like that's the problem, because him being in a military background, he should know how to listen to other authorities.
Okay, what you say? I see you.
But I wasn't finished. I was just.
No. I know you wasn't finished. But I think we can feel like we jumped on top of her.
Yeah.
I mean, jump in. I'm thinking you agreeing on whatever everything I'm saying.
No, not at all. But what I was going to say is, at some point, you have to understand that, yes, as a parent, you are my first coach. But when do I come off the breast and start listening to somebody who's actually in the field?
Exactly.
When you're paying all your bills,
I think he is. You got a $21 million contract.
So let me say this then.
Yeah.
So If my dad is my first coach or my mom is my first coach, when do I say, okay, I understand what you're saying, but this person has more knowledge in this area than you.
Right.
Now, at this, we can say, yeah, they taught him how to be on time, they taught him how to respect authority and all that other kind of stuff, being in a military background. But when do I say, okay, I need to trust the coach that I have and listen to him, because I also have to trust and believe that he's not going to steer me wrong. Anytime you get benched twice in a row, something's not right.
Like two different coaches. But they agree on the same thing. Sit them down.
Yeah, I hear y'all, but see, I'm gonna tell you right now. You ever seen somebody beat their kid because they can?
Yeah.
Okay.
My father.
Okay. I knew some teachers that would just I'm the teacher.
Right.
I said, because I said sit down. You know what I mean? Okay, wait, I'm gonna sit down, but I mean, well, why I gotta sit down? I mean, explain to me why I gotta sit down. So in other words, you know, so you bench me because that's the highest. That's what you can't do nothing else to me. You can't really cut me because the man upstairs is letting me know, hey, hold on for a minute. I put a lot out there. So what I mean by that is, I think the coach here, he benched him, but that's the authority. That's the most authority. In other words, that's the worst I can do to you without killing you is sit down. I'm gonna sit you down.
So what you insinuating is it's an abuse of authority with Jay Gruden and Mike Shanahan.
No, but
they both.
But you said it. Now listen what I'm saying. We already know how Shanahan was and what they said about Shanahan. They already said Shanahan was the kind of coach that, you know, hey, do what I say or what I way or the highway. Now, I do not agree with what was the big boy we had playing nose tackle?
Albert Hainsworth.
Albert Hainsworth was getting $100 million. And wait a minute, because before he got there, listen to me. They didn't give him $100 million for nothing. It ended up being nothing. He was worth $100 million to somebody when they first brought him in. But then, wait a minute, then I think, and this is my opinion, I think that the Shanahan said, you know what? He better do everything we say. $100 million. You getting $100 million, he better do what we tell him to do.
That ain't what happened.
I said that's I understand, but I ain't saying that's what happened.
I know what you're saying.
But I'm saying,
let me back up what you're saying. He was him worth $100 million.
Okay.
The Tennessee Titans were refusing to give him the money.
Okay.
Because he was loafing all these years, but when the contract years was coming, he started trying to play hard.
Sure, I understand.
So they realized they had a problem with keeping him motivated. So they never gave him the money. When free agency came through, the Redskins did. They said, okay, you can have him then.
Right.
And he did the same thing that he was doing in Tennessee. That's why they never gave him the money.
I understand. I follow that. I'm just saying it's kind of funny where he played with New England. New England and you said Tennessee. He played with Tennessee?
No, he played with Tennessee before he came to us.
That's right. Then he played the Patriots after us.
And they cut.
That's right.
And then he went to the Buccaneers and they cut.
That's right.
So now when you see that pattern of him constantly getting cut, now you know something wrong with his character.
But I also know that you can mess with something for a while. In other words, I could bring a snake in here. Mm-hmm. I can say, man, I don't know. I mean, that's a bad snake right there. You be like, man, that thing be laying there all the time. I said, don't put your hand in it, right? Don't put your hand in there. You be like, well, put your hand in and get bit by it. Mm-hmm. I told you already. So no, what I'm saying is, all the teams that picked him up, they heard that he was supposed to have been the way he was.
Right.
So I blame it. Listen to me. You're not getting $100 million of mine and no test trial. You understand? You might get a quarter, $25 million, and the other 75 is on the end of that contract.
But they did do it like that.
Okay. But anyway, so back to our team and our players currently right now. Mm-hmm. You know, what's wrong with our defense? Is our defense uncoachable also?
No, I think that's bad coaching on defense.
Okay.
I mean,
all right, that's cool. We're gonna come back in a minute because I'm gonna tell you something right now. That is very interesting that you say that. Hold that point right there, because now we got two different kind of coaching now. Mm-hmm. We got can't be coached, and then coach don't know what they're talking about. Right. Okay. I hear you.
But that's the defensive side of the ball. That's a whole nother person.
Right. I'm gonna tell you something about the rookies. Cause I'm telling you right now, if y'all watch, man, I wish it was some kind of way I'm being serious right now that I could talk to these cats, man. Because I mean, although you have to be like I said, coachable and have to want to listen, I'm telling you right now, it's some individuals on our team that I can talk to and turn around, because you have to be able to understand what life is giving you and what you have to take from it. You understand me? Because I'm telling you right now, but you only get one time around. Believe that. We'll be right back. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Mike Washington, and this is a segment of the Wild Show. Alright, so y'all saw me and Scott Dickens. That's my main man, and we ain't fussing like we mad at each other. We conversated because we agree to disagree. And he brings up some very valid points. And some people, I do agree with Scott, are what you call uncoachable. Then you have some people that can be overcoached. But I'm going to say this, as a parent, my parents taught me some things that I carried out to the streets. And then when I had people that were, let's use the word coach, or teachers that weren't my parent, tell me how to do something, and then I would go back in my household and I would say, well, that ain't what they said. My father would always say, what did I tell you, though? Because what his point was, not try to override the teacher or the parent, or the coach, but just to let them know you got to the point you're at because of what I taught you. So to break it down even further, you know, being coached is also being a good listener. So if Scott says that RG3 is uncoachable, when was he uncoachable? It couldn't have been in 2012 because he didn't get sat down in 2012. He was very coachable then, obviously, when he came out of Baylor, because they won a national championship with him. When he got to the Redskins, only because he got hurt. Did anything change? My point is, he sat down, yes, 2 times with the Redskins. 1 time with Shanahan, and now with Gruden, but he didn't sit down until the 2nd year with the Shanahans, when they allowed him to come back, because he couldn't come on the field and just take over the team without letting him come on the field. So I think they rushed him back too fast. Now he's hurt and he's not able to play his kind of game, and now all of a sudden he's uncoachable? Wow. Okay, well then let's try this. I bowled. I had a lot of people showing me different things. And I said to myself, wow, I can't do everything they're telling me to do. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to my fundamentals, which I say is RG3's parents. Now, I don't know where it came from that his father's telling him anything or his mother's telling him anything. I don't know if it's just something that was thrown out there by the media, or if we have proof that his father is saying things other than what the coaches are saying. But one thing for sure is, what I did in my situation with bowling, I took everything they were trying to teach me. Then I heard my father say, go back to your fundamentals because you can bowl. And I can bowl, so I said, let me put a little bit of everything that they showed me into what I'm doing. And I became a great bowler. So my whole thing is, I still disagree with anyone who's saying he's uncoachable, because it's not until he was hurt his 2nd year in the league, and now that folks want to say he's uncoachable. Give you something to think about and debate about all week long. I'm Mike Washington. I love Scott Dickens, and this is The Wild Show. Peace.